Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Galaxy. Last time we began chapter 13 and we made our way into Mother's Lair at long last. As I said before, since we now have access to chapter 13, a number of items such as the rose there are now infinitely purchasable. Others, such as the galactic compass, will never be purchasable at all. So, since I've managed to gather most of the items that I need, I figured we'd begin this episode with a little trip into the flow. And I'm going to finish off almost everything. There's a couple that'll be missing, but all of the work that I put in over the course of the game in terms of the little bits of farming, the drop fixing with save states and all that kind of stuff is basically just been for this. I've talked about it before, you know, it's like you should do this, you should do that. You don't have to do any of this. It really isn't that important to max out your grid. I will eventually show you the reward for completing the entire flow, but it's just another costume in Mio's completion. So there's not really a great reason to do it other than making a Let's Play and showing off that you can actually do it. As you can see here, the coin finally fits now that we've upgraded it in previous chapters there. And with that being said, we are going to go over the rest of these really quickly here. And then we will finally be able to continue on through the rest of the area. Chapter 13 is the last chapter. We have one final dungeon to go through. This dungeon, it's not necessarily that it's all that long. It just takes a while to get through because the battles around here are going to be tedious and difficult. And since I really don't have to worry too much about looking at drops anymore, by the time we're done this, I think I'm missing 2 of the mermaid scales and 2 of the galactic compasses, if I remember correctly. The thing with doing post commentary about something at this point in the LP, behind the scenes, I've completed the game already. So I have to say enough to explain what's going on and not try and jump into other things that we would obviously want to talk about later on when I actually finish the game. Though I did, I left somebody with a little bit of a, not necessarily a spoiler, but a watch out during the ending. Anyone who's played the game might know that there is a sequence leading up to the ending. And that sequence is kind of out of left field for this game. I expected that to be my issue at the end of this Let's Play. What I wasn't expecting is what happened. And that's all I'm going to give you because I want you guys to be able to experience that with me. That was something. That was definitely something. But anyway, with that being said, we have basically completed everything we need to on the flow here. There are 4 pieces left. They are all stuck here on Lilica, as you can see. And with that being said, future me says goodbye. Say hello to past me. And with that all done, we are missing 2 mermaid scales and 2 galactic compasses. And then that's it. That will be the extent of the flow. As you can see by all the stuff that we picked up, it's all very much the same stuff that we've already had before, stuff that we either have used or haven't used. None of it particularly needs a lot of explanation, save for one. As you can see, yeah, everything's up to level 3 or level 2, whatever's the highest possible thing. Our song is the only new one. The power of camaraderie increases attack power significantly. This is a self buff and is basically on the same kind of wavelength as things like amplification and where's Steve? and whatever his was, hyperdrive. As you can see, it's got the same icon as hyperdrive. So yeah, that's basically what you're looking at there. Let's see here. What else did you have? Did I learn anything else interesting with you? No, more of the same. The important things here are maxing out Fated Passion is nice, but more importantly, maxing out Supernova. Jaster, Kisala, and Zegram's ultimate combination attack. This is basically the way that you get through the post game, and we're going to be abusing the ever-loving crap out of this. So get used to that, I guess. Anyway, with that being said, let us make our way forward. And the first thing we want to do is we want to head to the right first. So on the right is a dead end and a couple of treasure chests. So we'll go pick those up. Make use of Steve and Digo on the way. Try and get Steve's last weapon worked on here. And we have new enemies, dragons. They don't look particularly interesting as far as dragons go. And then we have, what do we got over here? The Hell Sorcerer, looks like the Solon enemy from the previous area. They all fall down. You break their guard, they all fall down. I'll take an elixir. Nothing wrong with a good elixir, except for the fact that I basically don't use them at all. And it's not because, like, they're too rare I couldn't possibly use them. That might be the reason, like, earlier on in the game. But, like, we have tons of elixirs. We just don't usually need both at the same time. So more often than not, I'm just going to use, like, a perfect heal or a max heal or, like, a tri-charge. But as you can kind of see, like, we don't need to use a lot of kind of AP restoring items all that often, even if we're spamming spells as often as I do. It's just not all that necessary. In my test run, I went out and I bought like huge stacks of a lot of these items, getting ready for the post-game dungeon. And I'll probably do that again this time, but not to the same extent that I did last time. Can I please? That one is the one I want to hit. Let's go for the heal first, and then let's finish them off. But you end up, I think, over realizing how many healing items you're going to need. Like, you're going to need some for sure, but you're not going to need like these massive stacks. All right, as you can see, compared to the previous episode, we are definitely finding new enemies to fight. The first half of the area has a lot different enemy types than the second half. Now, looking for those last two items, we should be able to find a mimic and a treasure chest containing our last galactic compasses. I don't think we actually... Hello, we have new enemies and I'm almost dead. Let's fix that. I guess I didn't need that. I could have used that, but same difference. We have tons of both. Let's lighten the field off a little bit. There we go. Don't pick up enemies. Kill enemies.
Thank you very much.
Sometimes these guys don't do anything. Sometimes they actually kill stuff, which is nice, but they don't always do that. There's another crystal staff if you need it. I overfarmed them back in the previous area. But yeah, you're gonna find that I like to rely on a lot of the same character over and over and over again to cast spells, usually until they run out of AP, and then I'll swap to the other character. In this case, I'm starting with Steve, and then we'll move on to Digo after. You don't usually need to restore each individual character's AP all that often. Let's see, where are those items? We got that one. Now we found a corner, so we'll find the other one, I think just down here and around the next corner. Also where the dead end will be. I have no buffs. Let's show off our song. There we go. We'll go for Illusion Sword and we'll guard coming out of this. And Steve will make do, nope, with the Strength Star. Now, for some reason, my characters are being well, they're all... No. Fight separately. Go find your own targets. I'd like you to finish off enemies that I start fighting and then don't get a chance to finish. Go. But yeah, you can see the massive difference you get using a Strength Star to not using a Strength Star. He had one hit left when I left him. What took you so long? Come on, Steve, you can do better than that. Yeah, AI is still dumb as a bag of dicks. Nothing you can do about that. Alright, enough of being surrounded by those guys. Let us find the same enemy. Well, not exactly the same enemies, but an enemy we've seen far too often. One more left. And they're both dead. Fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah, don't stand in the middle of bad guys. That's gonna end up in your death. All right, you know what? Let's do some combination stuff here. Combine. Now I have not double checked all of these. I just have them listed the way that they should be listed. So let's hopefully don't screw this up. We'll pair a Majestic Halo with a Demon Rouser, as was foretold by the one guy that we found in Tiath Forest. And this one will create the last 7-star sword, the Duke's Nightmare. And we got the Pegasus Lord 3, and the Adamant Riser. And that gives us the fully leveled up Griffin Lord. And last but not least, the Pride of Kings 3 and the Sabaluga. And that will give us the Kingdom Master. Now in a couple battles, we will come back in and we will do one more. But the Duke's Nightmare, I'm sure I have weapons to combine with that somewhere. I believe they're all mastered and they're all already in my my storage there in the save point. So we'll have to wait a minute in order to get access to those. But anyway, this is a dead end here. So we're going to grab this treasure chest here, the toy box, and as you can see, dead end, nothing else to go that way. So I'll meet you back at the save point up here. On the way back, we leveled up the Gigaton arms, so we're going to combine that with the Galaxy arms, and this, at long last, will create the final ultimate weapon for our characters. We've created all of them except for, I guess, one of Jaster's 7-star swords, and then post-game stuff. Last but not least, the final Big Bang Prime. Alright, we're back at the save point here. Now we can head on this way. And up this side, we have the way we can actually move forward. But before we get to move forward, we've got spirits to talk to. Who are you? Are you one of the people that came here to fight and never made it home? Not sure why I would leave it to you. You're already dead. All right, we got magic fighters. I'll give this one a couple of attempts to try and... Actually, I don't even have to. What am I saying? Steve, do your stuff. I was gonna try and farm the galactic compass, but I don't have to. So I won't bother. All right, we got a treasure chest here, and then we have another choice. This time we want to head to the left. This one is a thief's trap. Get galactic assault. Steep cliff ahead. Ow. One of the downsides to trying to train all your weapons is you're going to end up trying to do so, like I am, in the final dungeon with a weapon that has an attack power of... How much? 103. Not the most effective way. Basically, when it comes to the big enemies, the jump attack ones, I swap to a more powerful weapon. Like the Griffin Lord or the Kingdom Master. Attack until there's only one enemy left with like half life and then swap back. Just so that I can do like 1500 damage with one of these as opposed to like 400 with the thing that I'm using. Just a little bit of advice. Desert Wind. There we go. We got that. What's this sign say? Steep cliffs? Let's go for it anyway. More spirits. All right, what's this guy have to say? Spinoza. Can't get to where Mother is. The energy of the rune is too strong. Well, that's unfortunate. We're going to have to go through that. Perfect elixirs. Never say no to those. All right, let's see. Make sure I got all of my items here. Looks like I have so far. Should be one more chest. I think this is the one I probably would have missed. So I know there was one in... Yeah, it was probably this one. I missed one on my test run and didn't find it until after the fact. Normally I wouldn't fight any of these guys since I don't need to, but I do need to get that treasure chest. Ow. Crystal staff that I do not need. And a treasure chest containing a galactic compass, which I do need. Don't mind me swapping around characters a whole bunch. I'm OCD. Leave me alone. I'm just trying to get everyone's experience in and around the same area. I don't know why I've always been kind of obsessed with doing that, but I do that in most games that I play for some reason. All right, another treasure chest with a random item that I've been able to buy in infinite supply since I think chapter 8, if not chapter 7. Don't ask me why. I'll meet you back at the last fork. All right, we're back where I said we'd be at the fork there. So let us continue on this way. My timer is probably way off on this episode, considering all the backtracking I've done off screen and all the work I did in the flow at the start of this episode. My timer is at 43 minutes. Or like my OBS timer for how long I've been recording, and my actual game timer for how long the episode is around 15 minutes, and I probably screwed that up multiple times, so I have no idea how long this episode is going to be. Yay! Either way, in this case, we will just be getting to kind of the end of the, I think this section of the area. I think the next section... Yeah, I think I'll probably... we'll see. We'll see how long it takes us to get here. As the this part of the map is the larger part of the map, and the next section will be a lot smaller. So many battles to cut out. So many enemies I really don't need to fight anymore. Actually, I should be checking to make sure I actually need to be fighting some of these things still. Alkins, almost done with them. I thought I was done with the magic fighters, but I guess I'm not. We're still missing an enemy here. We fought the dragons, killed all the red barons, seen enough of those guys. We're missing 2 enemies, actually. Interesting. I would assume by now that we would have found them all. Alright, turned around already because I was in a battle. Sounds about right. At least I noticed it earlier this time. Alright, where are we here? Alright, we got 3 items left on this section of the map. And other than that, it's a lot of wide open areas. And a save point. I'll take that. This should be the last fight we need to deal with the Alkins for. So we'll get rid of those guys. I'll take a rose. Not that I need it anymore, but it's there. All right, so let's grab this guy here. Random. I guess it makes sense with all the stuff that we've seen, the lava everywhere. But other than that, why are we getting status healing items that isn't like the ultimate status healing item here? Seems kind of weird. There's a shop in here? All right, we'll show one battle so we're not just showing the same thing over and over again. There's a lot of me swearing off screen trying to deal with stupid, making the damn targeting thing actually do what I want it to do, which it never wants to. I really wish there was a logical way of just targeting whatever's right next to you instead of having to press side to side and it going to the wrong one every single time and it not working half the time. But that's just my griping. Leave me alone. Charles. I guess the king is here. I don't know if he is still the king. I don't care. To be quite honest, I really don't care. I have zero interest in the British monarchy. Perfect revivers if you need them. They're infinite. Why can I buy these here? You can get infinite supplies of some of the shields, some weapons. See, these are, some level 47s, level 45s. Not all of them are the absolute best or anything like that, but you can buy a bunch of stuff if you feel that you need them. I don't need that. I actually need to go back to that save point. I need to get out some weapons. Keep forgetting to do that. Let's get out some weapons here. Work on some stuff for Jaster. I'm working on post-game swords here because I forgot. That's not what I want to do. Sure, we'll hand in those things. There we go, 500,000 total points. Let's grab out... I gotta organize this. Stop going in circles. So yeah, there's my collection of 7-star swords. Let's deposit a few more. We'll store that one. We'll store that one. And we can store a lot of the excess weapons I'm not going to work on anymore. That's one. That can go away. Is there any more hiding in my dwindling inventory? Doesn't look like it. We'll store those. We'll store those. Yeah. I already had them in there. And we'll store some extra costumes. Organize my inventory. I'll do the rest of those later. But yeah, here is our collection of 7-star swords. They all have levels from 41 through, I think, 47. I think that... Yeah, so 40 to 46, sorry. And they all have... That's not what I wanted to do, video game. I hate having the withdraw thing at the top of it when I'm trying to look at stuff. So 373 and flame, 363 and flame. I don't know why there's only so many status effects, so they can't all be unique, but it seems pointless to have another one with flame since you're always going to have Desert Seeker. This one has freeze, Ragnarok. The guard axis has shock. The Kingdom Master has unconscious, so sleep is nice to have. And then we have the Griffin Lord with confuse. The last one that we're working on, which will be combined with these swords here. See if I can find the other two. Let's place the Galactic Compass here just so that there's nothing there. The last weapon we have is going to have shock when it is fully leveled up. We can start combining it with these weapons here, and then these three here are just for post-game swords, so we'll work on those as well. I guess while we're in the menu here, we will go to the wrong part of the menu. And then we will go to Toady. And as long as I laid things out properly and save ahead of time so I don't screw things up, we can combine the Murakumo Type 0 or Type O with the Duke Nightmare and create the Duke Nightmare 2.
Voila.
Which I will equip. And we will keep working on those swords going forward. So let's try and find the next save point here. I think we'll hit the next save point and then we'll call her a day. Steve's in the party. Sure, why not? Steve's about to be out of the party though. So I think we have, what, maybe 1 or 2 more battles. We'll max out his last ability, and then I will bring in my final team. Maybe. We'll see. I might balance out levels more because my OCD makes me do stupid things. All right, turned around after that battle. Also very annoyed by that battle. Trying to target an enemy, can't target an enemy, end up dead. Revive, somebody else is dead, gotta revive, gotta reapply buffs, gotta break shields. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the enemies in this area. I end up getting more annoyed with them than I probably should, but... Anyway. Move along, move along. Look at the scary skull. The creepy looking eyes. Alright, we've got 24 out of 25 treasure chests here. And I guess I'm fighting more of these guys. Ow. Can I get up, please? Can I not be stun locked for an hour on... Still being stun locked, can't move.
All right.
See, this is why I've been cutting out a lot of these battles, because this is basically every battle that you're in. You get stun locked, you get dead, you have to revive, you have to basically do stuff all over again. And it's kind of tedious at this point. Get the Sealing Sun Sphere. We have Ludwig here. You actually know you're dead. Look at that. So that seems to happen to everybody everywhere when they die and end up in these ruins or ancient dungeons. All right, almost there. Try and get to that last save point. Find one more chest along the way. I've fought enough of you guys, and I'm kind of over it. So let's bypass that and get out of here. There's a treasure chest I gotta find right about here anyway. Okay, it's a little further than that, but it's close enough. Just around the corner. Alright, I ran away from that fight so that I could come back and get this treasure chest. It's just down there. I'm getting random items that you really should have maxed out on a long time ago. And magic dream mushrooms I don't think are ever sellable, so I guess that's kind of helpful, maybe? But you probably should have maxed those out long ago. But yeah, we're finding the same enemies. I'm just going to run past them at this point. Enemies around here are annoying. All right, what do we got left? More downhill? Same enemies again, but at least these guys can be killed quite easily. Usually at the bottom of these hills, you usually find a save point, but not in this case. Did I miss my treasure chest? Oh no, I got the last one. Never mind. We caught all the treasures in this area. There we go. Save point. And with that, we've made it out of the what is known as the beginning, which is 75% of this area. And we make it to the end point, which I believe has 2 teleporters. Looks like it, yeah, 2 teleporters. And yeah, this one will not take very long. There are only 4 items in here. One of them is a mimic, which will give us our last item. In between episodes, I am going to teleport back to the Tiatha Forest near the plaza. And I am going to farm the last 2 mermaid scales that I need. And then we will be able to be finished with the flow. So anyway, that's all for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.